Most dream of retirement, freedom, travel, no stress. But what if it turns out to be a mistake? But what if years later you look back and realize that stepping away wasn't the paradise you expected? Many retirees discover too late that the reality of retirement is far different from what they imagined. The long-awaited relaxation can turn into boredom, financial worries can replace job stress, and the sense of purpose that once drove you each day suddenly disappears. In this video, we're diving into 6 reasons why some retirees regret leaving the workforce, even when they thought it was the right decision at the time. If you're someone who's considering retirement, in the middle of it, or simply reflecting on your life's choices, these insights may offer a new perspective. And if you've ever felt uncertain about what retirement truly brings, you are not alone. Many people realize too late that staying engaged, whether through work, volunteering, or passion projects, can be far more fulfilling than endless leisure. Make sure to stay with me until the end, because understanding these regrets now can help you avoid them in the future, or even change the way you approach your retirement years. Starting today, even if you've already retired, it's never too late to reclaim a sense of purpose and joy in your daily life. Now let's get started. Number 1, loss of purpose. One of the biggest surprises for many retirees is the sudden loss of purpose. For decades, your job gave structure to your days, responsibilities to fulfill, and a reason to get up in the morning. But once that routine disappears, many retirees find themselves asking, now what? The excitement of not having to work wears off quickly, and the absence of meaningful tasks can leave a void that's difficult to fill. Work isn't just about earning a paycheck. It gives you a sense of identity and accomplishment. Whether you were managing a business, teaching students, or even working a simple 9-to-5, there was always a goal to work toward. Retirement removes that daily sense of progress, and without it, some people begin to feel aimless. The hours that once passed quickly now feel long and empty, and without a clear sense of purpose, days start blending together. Take the story of Thomas, a 76-year-old man who spent over 40 years as an engineer. He looked forward to retirement, thinking he'd finally have time to relax. But within a year, he found himself feeling lost. The thrill of waking up without an alarm had faded, and he no longer had projects to work on or problems to solve. He tried staying busy with hobbies, but nothing felt quite as fulfilling as his career. Eventually, he found that volunteering at a local science center gave him back a sense of purpose, allowing him to use his skills and feel valuable again. Many retirees don't realize just how much their work contributed to their sense of self-worth. Even small accomplishments, like completing a task or helping a coworker, provide a sense of satisfaction that's hard to replace. That's why many experts recommend finding new ways to engage with meaningful activities, whether through part-time work, mentoring, or community involvement. Retirement doesn't have to mean sitting on the sidelines. It can be an opportunity to pursue something just as fulfilling as a career. The key is to recognize that purpose doesn't retire just because you do. Without something to look forward to each day, it's easy to slip into a rut. The happiest retirees are those who stay mentally engaged, whether by learning something new, setting personal goals, or finding ways to contribute to others. When you have a reason to wake up each morning, life feels more rewarding, no matter what stage you're in. Number 2, social isolation. Many people don't realize just how much their social life revolves around work until it's gone. The daily interactions with coworkers, the casual conversations in the break room, and even the routine of greeting familiar faces each morning all disappear the moment you retire. At first, it feels like a welcome change, a chance to escape office politics and demanding schedules. But over time, the absence of those regular social connections can lead to an unexpected feeling of isolation. Work naturally keeps you engaged with others. Even if you weren't the most social person, there was always a built-in network of people to talk to, collaborate with, or simply exchange small talk. Once that disappears, many retirees struggle to maintain social ties, and the days can start to feel lonelier than expected. Without coworkers, meetings, or even a structured reason to leave the house, it's easy to slip into a quieter, more isolated lifestyle, one that can have real emotional and even physical consequences. That's exactly what happened to Robert, a 74-year-old man who spent his career in sales. For years, his job kept him on the move, meeting new people every day. When he retired, he looked forward to slowing down and enjoying some peace and quiet. But as time passed, he realized that the silence wasn't as enjoyable as he thought. He missed the casual banter, the energy of being around people, and the sense of connection that work had provided. Over time, his phone rang less often, invitations became fewer, and loneliness crept in. It wasn't until he joined a local walking group and started volunteering at a food bank that he began to feel socially connected again. Social isolation isn't just about feeling lonely, it can actually affect your health. Studies have shown that retirees who lack social engagement are at higher risk for depression, cognitive decline, and even physical health issues like heart disease. Humans are wired for connection, and when we lose those daily interactions, it can take a toll in ways we never expected. That's why doctors and psychologists encourage retirees to be intentional about staying socially active. Finding ways to connect doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as joining a local club, attending community events, or making it a habit to call or visit friends regularly. Some retirees find purpose in mentoring younger generations, taking group fitness classes, or even picking up a part-time job just for the social interaction. The key is to recognize that relationships take effort, especially after retirement when daily social interactions aren't automatically built into your routine. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, financial stress. Many people assume that once they retire, financial worries will disappear. After all, retirement is supposed to be the reward for decades of hard work, a time when you finally get to enjoy your savings and relax. But for many retirees, the reality is quite different. Even with careful planning, unexpected expenses, inflation, and longer lifespans can make retirement more financially challenging than they ever anticipated. What seemed like a comfortable nest egg can start to feel surprisingly small when stretched over 20 or 30 years. One of the biggest surprises retirees face is underestimating how much money they'll actually need. In the working years, income feels predictable. Paychecks arrive on schedule, and even when expenses fluctuate, there's always another payday coming. But in retirement, that steady flow of income stops, and suddenly every dollar spent feels more significant. Medical costs, home repairs, and even everyday essentials can add up quickly, creating stress that many people didn't expect. Consider the case of John, a 78-year-old man who retired in his early 60s, confident that he had saved enough. For the first few years, things seemed fine, until an unexpected medical procedure drained a large portion of his savings. Then the cost of living slowly crept up, stretching his budget thinner than he had planned. Before he knew it, he found himself worrying about expenses he never used to think twice about. Eventually, he decided to take on a part-time consulting job, not just for extra income, but for peace of mind. Many retirees regret not having a backup plan or underestimating how much inflation would affect their expenses. A fixed income might seem sufficient at first, but over time, rising costs can make even basic necessities feel expensive. Groceries, healthcare, insurance, everything tends to get more expensive year after year. And without a plan to supplement income, financial stress can replace the work stress retirees thought they had left behind. Another challenge is spending too much too soon. Many retirees enter retirement feeling financially secure, only to realize later that they were too generous with their spending in the early years. Big trips, home renovations, helping out family members. It all seems manageable at first, but when unexpected expenses arise, financial flexibility disappears. Some retirees end up needing to downsize their homes, cut back on spending, or even return to work, not because they want to, but because they have to. Experts often recommend creating a long-term financial plan that includes flexibility. Retirement isn't just about making sure you have enough for today, it's about ensuring your money lasts for decades. Some retirees choose to work part-time, not just for financial security, but for the mental and social benefits as well. Others explore ways to generate passive income, whether through investments, rental properties, or side projects that keep them engaged while providing a financial cushion. The key takeaway: retirement is not just about saving money, it's about managing it wisely over time. The retirees who feel the most financially secure are the ones who continue to think about their finances strategically, adjusting as needed and staying prepared for the unexpected. A good retirement isn't just about how much you saved, it's about how well you plan for the years ahead. Number 4, declining mental sharpness. One of the most unexpected challenges of retirement is how quickly the mind can slow down when it's no longer engaged. Many people don't realize just how much their jobs kept them mentally active, solving problems, making decisions, learning new things, and interacting with different people. When that stimulation suddenly disappears, it's easy to feel mentally sluggish, forgetful, or even disconnected from the world. Some retirees find themselves struggling to recall names, focus on tasks, or keep up with conversations in a way they never did before. Doctors and researchers have long studied the connection between mental engagement and cognitive health, and the results are clear. Staying mentally active is one of the best ways to keep the brain sharp as you age. Work naturally provides a steady stream of mental challenges, but when that structure disappears, the brain isn't as consistently exercised. That's why many retirees who don't stay engaged in stimulating activities notice a decline in memory, problem-solving skills, and even motivation. That's exactly what happened to Barbara, a 73-year-old woman who worked as a teacher for over 40 years. She was always reading, preparing lesson plans, and keeping up with students. But after retiring, she found herself watching more television, spending less time reading, and struggling to stay focused in conversations. It wasn't until she joined a book club and started taking online courses that she realized how much better she felt when her mind was actively engaged. Within months, her memory improved, and she felt sharper and more energized. One of the biggest mistakes retirees make is assuming that relaxation means mental disengagement. While retirement should be a time to enjoy life, the happiest and sharpest retirees are those who continue to challenge their minds. Whether it's through learning a new skill, reading regularly, doing puzzles, or even engaging in deep conversations. Keeping the brain active is just as important as staying physically active. Social interaction also plays a major role in maintaining mental sharpness. Conversations, debates, and even casual discussions stimulate the brain and keep thinking skills strong. Retirees who isolate themselves or stop seeking out new experiences often find that their cognitive abilities decline faster than those who remain socially and mentally engaged. Many experts recommend developing a mental fitness routine, just like a physical exercise routine, but for the brain. Activities like learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, or even trying a new hobby can keep the brain challenged and engaged. Some retirees even take up part-time work, consulting, or volunteering in roles that require critical thinking and problem-solving, helping to maintain their cognitive abilities. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, loss of identity. For most of our lives, what we do is a big part of who we are. When someone asks, "What do you do?" the answer is often tied to a career, a profession, or a role that gives a sense of identity. But when retirement comes, that identity suddenly changes or disappears altogether. Many retirees struggle with the question, "Who am I now?" After spending decades defining themselves through their work, the shift from feeling valued, needed, and productive to feeling directionless can be one of the most emotionally challenging parts of retirement. Work provides more than just a paycheck. It gives us a sense of contribution and recognition. Whether you were a manager, a teacher, a nurse, or a business owner, your role had a purpose, and people depended on you. Retirement can feel like stepping off a moving train, leaving behind not just the job itself, but the sense of importance and self-worth that came with it. Some retirees even find that family and friends stop asking for their input as much, which can deepen the feeling of being out of the loop or less relevant than before. That's exactly what happened to Richard, a 77-year-old man who spent his career in law enforcement. For years, his job gave him a strong sense of responsibility and identity. But once he retired, he felt like he had lost a piece of himself. He missed the routine, the feeling of making a difference, and even the respect that came with his position. It wasn't until he started mentoring young officers and volunteering at a community center that he began to feel like himself again, realizing that his experience and wisdom were still valuable, even outside of his formal career. Many retirees don't anticipate how deeply their identity is tied to their career. The absence of a clear role or responsibility can lead to feelings of uncertainty and even depression. That's why experts recommend finding new ways to redefine identity after retirement. This could mean shifting from being a full-time worker to being a mentor, a leader in the community, or even pursuing a passion that was previously put on hold. One of the most effective ways to rebuild a sense of identity is to stay engaged in meaningful activities. Some retirees choose to start a new project, write, teach, or even build a small business doing something they love. Others find fulfillment in hobbies, creative pursuits, or causes they care about. The key is to recognize that retirement doesn't mean losing your identity. It's an opportunity to evolve it into something even more fulfilling. Retirement is not the end of who you are. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. The happiest retirees are the ones who continue to see themselves as valuable, purposeful, and capable of making an impact, whether through mentoring, learning new skills, or staying active in their communities. They find new ways to feel a sense of self-worth and contribution, proving that identity doesn't retire, it just changes. Number 6, regret over wasted time. One of the most painful realizations for many retirees is looking back and feeling that they didn't use their time wisely. When retirement begins, it seems like there's an endless stretch of time ahead, plenty of days to relax, travel, and enjoy life. But as the years pass, some retirees realize that they spent too much time doing things that didn't truly fulfill them. Instead of embracing new opportunities, they let time slip away, and by the time they recognize it, they regret not making the most of their retirement years. For some, the regret comes from postponing dreams and goals. Many retirees start with the idea that they'll take it easy for a while before getting around to the things they always wanted to do. But before they know it, years have gone by, and they never learned that new skill, never took that trip, never started that passion project. Others regret spending too much time on mindless activities, watching TV for hours, scrolling through social media, or falling into daily routines that didn't bring real joy or purpose. That's exactly what happened to James, an 80-year-old man who had big plans for retirement. He told himself he would travel, write a book, and reconnect with old friends. But the first few years were spent relaxing. Then routine set in, and suddenly, a decade had passed. Now he looks back and wishes he had started sooner, wishes he had taken those opportunities before health limitations and life circumstances made them harder to pursue. One of the biggest mistakes retirees make is thinking they have all the time in the world. The truth is, time moves quickly, and the years pass whether we make the most of them or not. That's why some of the happiest retirees are the ones who stay proactive, who plan their days with purpose, and who push themselves to stay engaged with life instead of letting it pass them by. Regret doesn't have to define retirement. The key is to start making changes today, whether it's picking up a new hobby, reconnecting with friends, traveling to a place you've always wanted to see, or simply being more intentional about how you spend your time. Every small effort adds up. It's never too late to start living fully, and the best way to prevent regret is to take action now rather than waiting for someday to come. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. Retirement is often seen as the ultimate goal, a well-earned reward after decades of hard work. But for many, the reality is far more complicated. The loss of purpose, social isolation, financial worries, mental decline, shifting identity, and regret over wasted time can all add up, making retirement feel less like freedom and more like an unexpected challenge. But the good news is, it doesn't have to be that way. Understanding these common regrets now gives you the power to make different choices, whether you're already retired or planning for the future. The key to a fulfilling retirement isn't just about quitting work, it's about staying engaged. The happiest retirees are those who continue to seek purpose, build relationships, manage their finances wisely, challenge their minds, maintain their sense of identity, and actively use their time in ways that bring them joy and fulfillment. Retirement isn't the end of your story. It's simply a new chapter, one that you have the power to shape. So take a moment to reflect. Which of these regrets resonated with you the most? What steps can you take today to ensure that your retirement years are filled with purpose, connection, and meaning? It's never too late to adjust, to make new plans, and to build a retirement that leaves you with pride, not regret. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.